Nelson Mandela's death has prompted tributes from across the Midlands, and for many people in Birmingham it's been time to reflect on the impact he's had during his visit here in 1993.
Well, the City Council has set up a book of condolence for people to record their memories of the man affectionately known as Mandela. Special assemblies were held in schools to mark his passing. Sally Lockwood reports.
Are you all right? Nice to see you, eh?
It had all the appearance of a royal visit, but Nelson Mandela wasn't even President of South Africa during this trip to Birmingham in 1993.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Nelson Mandela.
The city's Symphony Hall was packed with Midlanders supporting Mandela as black South Africans prepared to vote for the first time in 46 years.
It's not the number of people who support you that is important. It is your ability to take them from their homes and their places of work on the day of elections to take them to the voting station and to ask them to vote.
His lifelong struggle against apartheid inspired millions across the world. And on a visit to school children in Sparkbrook after his release from prison, many were too young to know why he was famous. But as the school's namesake, they were taught why.
Oh, thank you very much.
And he's fighting for the blacks' rights. And he wants them to live together, not to only give the blacks only their land. They want them to live together.
He's the leader of the African National Congress.
And he was put in prison for 25 years.
2 decades on, children are still being taught about Mandela. This free school in Birmingham held a special assembly in his memory today.
I thought it was really important this morning that we pay tribute to one of the iconic leaders of the world.
90% of the pupils here have a black heritage, and the school, which opened in a deprived area of the city just 18 months ago, is thriving.
We are about giving everybody equal opportunities. Nelson Mandela created a rainbow country in South Africa, and we recognise the talents and strengths of all of our students and our parents and our staff. And it's about what we do to work together to create outstanding young people.
It is this ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve.
The school a fitting tribute to Mandela's vision for education.
Education is the most powerful tool, weapon, which can be used to change the world.
One of Mandela's most famous quotes is used here to inspire the school's pupils.
I want to be a very successful businesswoman.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be a barrister.
Students from the school were at a dinner with Mandela's close friend and civil rights activist Jesse Jackson when the news broke.
Officially, Nelson Mandela is dead.
People started crying. He stressed that there's a time for crying, there's a time for laughter, there's a time for peace, there's a time, and it was just amazing to be at that place, at that time of history.
When he spoke, it was so humbling to actually be around him, but also to experience his bond and his relationship through the words that he stressed.
The atmosphere changed, but it didn't change in a negative way. I think people sort of felt closer to each other.
There are memories of Mandela across the region, and to many here he represents far more than royalty. His legacy now immortalised in memories across the Midlands to inspire generations way beyond his lifetime. Sally Lockwood, ITV News, Birmingham.
Some amazing footage there.
Man. Absolutely
some great memories of Nelson Mandela. We saw him earlier in that story, meeting a very young student in Sparkbrook in 1993. His name is Daniel, and we'd like to know, is that you? Do you recognise yourself meeting Nelson Mandela back then? If yes, we'd love to hear from you. Our email address to get in touch is centralnews@itv.com.
And there is a special documentary on Nelson Mandela here on ITV at 11:10 tonight.
That's still to come here on ITV News Central.